Hi, I'm Laurie Morrison, and I am the author of several novels, including Keeping Pace. Keeping Pace is the story of a very competitive academic overachiever named Grace, who teams up with her former friend turned nemesis, Jonah, to train for a half marathon during the summer after 8th grade. She is hoping to beat Jonah once and for all on race day, but she ends up having to rethink what it really means to win and what she and Jonah really mean to each other. The book begins on the day of the last final exam of middle school, and I'm going to read the beginning for you. It starts with text messages. Tuesday, June 18th. Jonah, 6:52 a.m. Good luck today. Hope you don't get another stomach bug. Grace, 6:53 a.m. It was a stomach bug. Grace, 6:55 a.m. Hope you don't screw up multiplying 7 by 8 like in math counts last year. Jonah, 6:57 a.m. You had to go all the way back to 7th grade to remember the last time I made a mistake, huh? Grace, 7 o'clock a.m. No, my brain's just full of math. I don't have room for all your embarrassing errors. Jonah, 7:02 a.m. Guess my brain's bigger than yours then. I have room for everything. Chapter 1. It's 7:46 a.m. on the final day of middle school. There's one exam left. One last academic showdown with Jonah Perkins, which I will win, and then I will be 8th grade top scholar, and Jerkins will not. I hope. But Mom couldn't drop me off because she had an early meeting, so nothing about this morning is going the way it's supposed to. I should be at school already, claiming my good luck desk in the front right corner of the math room and listening to my Tune Everything Out playlist while coloring the next page in my Coloring for Stress Relief book. Getting in the zone. Instead, I'm sitting in the passenger seat of my sister Celia's car, waiting for our cousin Avery to come outside. When we pulled into the driveway, Avery texted that she'd be out in 2 minutes, but that was 8 minutes ago and counting. I slurp a sip of my brain power smoothie and announce, I'm gonna go knock. She already knows we're here, Celia says, without looking up from the list of Spanish vocabulary words she's reviewing. And yet she's still inside, I point out. Celia tucks a strand of wavy, light brown hair behind one ear and sighs. Your exam starts at 8:10, Grace. It's a 5-minute drive to your school. We're fine. Maybe it would be a 5-minute drive if Mom were behind the wheel, but Celia drives several miles per hour below the speed limit and takes the long way because she's too nervous to make a left turn on Elm Street. I hold myself back from pointing that out, though. Well, I can't just walk in at the last second, I say. I have a system. I need Grace. She cuts me off. I have an exam this morning, too, in case you forgot. I promise you'll be on time for your test. Now, can you let me study in peace for 2 seconds, please? Cramming before an exam doesn't work, I blurt. If you don't know the material yet, you're not going to retain it. The words fly out of my mouth, and for a second, I feel better than I have since before I saw Jonah's first text this morning. But then Celia's face falls, and I feel even worse. Thanks for that helpful and reassuring wisdom, Dad, she mutters, shoving her Spanish vocab list deep into her bag. I try to backtrack. Sorry, you've really studied this year. I'm sure you know the words. Celia turns on the car. Avery's ready anyway. Let's just go. Sure enough, Avery's rushing down the front steps of her house, her backpack dangling from one shoulder and her soccer bag hanging from the other. She's carrying a half-eaten toaster waffle wrapped in paper towel. Sorry, she says as she hops into the back seat. I was up too late studying and I overslept. We're still okay on time, right? We're fine, Celia replies, shooting a warning glance at me, and then very, very slowly, she backs out of the driveway and into the empty street. Avery's blonde hair is down and bouncy, and her eyelashes are spiky with the brown mascara Celia once told her was better for her coloring than the black she'd borrowed from Aunt Jen. We'd be more okay on time if she'd scraped her hair into a ponytail and skipped the makeup, but that's a useless thought to have when we're less than 30 minutes out from exam time. I'm sorry, Gracie. I know you wanted to be early, Avery says through a mouthful of waffle, and I soften. It's okay. You need pencils? She nods. And a calculator if you have an extra. I can't find mine anywhere. I set my smoothie down in the cup holder so I can dig into my school bag. Avery and I have been in the same grade since kindergarten, and I always have extra stuff for her. Pencils, calculators, period supplies, you name it. I find my backup calculator in the outer pouch and pull out 3 sharp number 2 pencils. Thank you, thank you, thank you, she says as I hand everything back. And then she gives me her best puppy dog eyes. So I still don't understand the 2 variable equations. I seriously tried, Gracie, so hard. And I know you don't like to talk about the stuff that's on a test this close to exam time, but I'm super stuck on number 12 on the review sheet. She trails off and my stomach churns. I take a long, cold sip of smoothie and remind myself that Avery could have asked me to explain number 12 on the review sheet last night, or over the weekend, or when Ms. Martinez gave out the review packet 2 weeks ago. I can't risk getting flustered by talking about the test material now. I'm sorry, Aves, I start. And then a red car pulls out of a driveway at least 20 feet ahead of us, and Celia slams on the brake. I lurch forward, my stomach crashing into the smoothie cup. The lid comes partway off and cold, sticky liquid seeps through the fabric of my shirt. Celia gasps. Oh no, I'll pull over. Just drive, please, I beg. I don't care about the shirt. This is a lie, but Celia mumbles, sheesh, okay, and keeps going. Everything smells like avocado and blueberries, which are excellent for brain power, but honestly not so excellent as a car fragrance. And there's a huge green splotch covering the bottom front part of my favorite purple flowered shirt. Avery passes me her paper towel, and I mop up as much smoothie as I can, but the damage is done. 2 of the white flowers are goose poop green. I have a t-shirt in my soccer bag, Avery offers, but I don't wear t-shirts on exam days. Dad says people should dress up for exams, not down. If you put loungewear on your body, you're telling your body it's time to lounge. And this is not the time to lounge. It's time to dominate. I shake my head. It's okay. I have a sweater. Thanks, though. Papers rustle in the back. Avery taking out her review sheet to try number 12 again on her own, I assume. But I stare out the window, silently willing Celia to drive faster and repeating my exam day mantra inside my head. I know the material. I've done the work. Now is my time to shine. Celia finally drops us off at 7:56 and keeps going toward the high school. Avery and I wish each other good luck, and then she takes off to find our friends Jade and Eliana, while I step into the bathroom, where I give myself 1 minute to deal with my shirt. It's one of the few pieces of clothing that I picked for myself instead of inheriting from Celia. I got it in March when we visited our grandparents on Mom's side in Florida, and it's soft and cozy, but the pattern makes it dressier than my other shirts, and I love the way it falls. I always feel confident when I put it on, when it isn't covered in cold green liquid, anyway. I rinse the stain in the sink and wring out the fabric, and then I stand there under the hand dryer, angling my body so that the hot air hits the wet part. There. The spot is still damp and discolored, but at least the fabric is warmer and the white flowers have faded to a less disgusting green. 7:58 now. 12 more minutes. Enough time to listen to a couple of songs on my pre-exam playlist and color in a few calming swirls, maybe. I slip on my sweater and hustle past all my classmates who are cramming for the test that's about to start, or squealing about summer plans even though middle school is not over yet. Most people are still out here in the halls. Maybe by some exam day miracle, my favorite seat will be free. But Jonah's there, of course, sitting at my lucky desk, close to the window and far from the 2 strong air conditioning vents and the too noisy door. He grins, his cockiest grin when he catches my eye. Hope you don't get another stomach bug. Guess my brain's bigger than yours. Ugh! My jaw clenches and my stomach aches and my brain's all jumbled up and spinning. No amount of calming coloring is going to get me in exam domination mode with Jonah smiling that smug smile from across the room. I need a Jerkins-free zone to find my focus fast. So I drop my stuff on my second choice desk and bolt to the one place that might help. And that's the end of chapter 1. I hope you enjoyed the beginning of Keeping Pace, and I hope you'll check out the rest of Grace and Jonah's story.